Hey YouTube. Oh God. Ugh. I am on my way to go get some coffee. I just wanted to come in and chit chat for a second. I got caught up in the middle of some of the protesting and stuff like that over there in Indiana and Illinois, Indiana area, and it was interesting. I kind of saw it when it was forming, but I was driving and it didn't even dawn on me that these people were getting ready to be like out here like that, but on their e-ways like that. But Jesus, what happened was, I want to get close. What happened was, it was peaceful when I went through. My second mind was telling me to keep moving, don't stay, because I was supposed to stay there. I was going to stay there, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I had some of my trucker friends calling me talking about, you be careful because they closed down all of these roads, and I was like maybe an hour and a half away from there by the end. And they were like, because it's getting crazy, because they're going to have to detour, and they're trying to get themselves out of the area. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. But this reminds me of the time that I got profiled. This was about 5 years ago. No, 7 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. I was Ubering. And I had picked up these two white ladies in the Edgewater area. I'm originally from Chicago. So I picked up these two white ladies from the Edgewater community. Now, I've always been one of those people. I go wherever I go. I like all kinds. My friends are all nationalities, literally. And so I never had a problem with this going where I wanted to go. But people, once I told people, they were like, oh yeah, they get stopped there all the time, or there's always some smoke, when black people go there. I didn't know. So I go and I'm Ubering over there. And, this lady held me up for like about 10 minutes, because it was two ladies, they got in the car, and one lady said, "Oop, I forgot something." And so she wanted to go back out. And so I let her go ahead and do what she had to do and everything like that. And 10 minutes later she came. Now I was like, man, that was a long time, but she got in, she was apologetic, and she's like, I am so sorry that it took me so long to come back out. She's like, but I really had to get something. She's like, she said, I just could not find it. I was like, okay. No, she said, I couldn't find my ID. That's what she said. I just couldn't find my ID. I thought she was talking about her driver's license. Like, they getting ready to go out drinking. So, she needed her ID. And so I was like, okay. So we make it 2 blocks. I come around that block. I come on to Clark. When I made my turn on Clark Street, I got pulled over by the cop. And I'm like, what did I do? I wasn't driving fast. I wasn't in no hurry. We were just laughing and talking. They were telling me about their week and how they can't wait to turn up and this and that. And I'm like, what clubs y'all gonna go ahead and, where y'all going? We just talking. And this cop comes, pulls up. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I am so sorry. I said, I'm embarrassed. I didn't even realize I had done something wrong. And they were looking like, we didn't see you do nothing wrong. And I was like, I don't know. So I rolled down the window and I'm like, hi, officer. I was like, how you doing? This is how I am. Hi, officer, how you doing? This dude was like in my face. License and registration. License and registration. And I'm sitting over here like, okay. So I go and I lean over to go and get my, I have a little pouch that I keep my driver's license and stuff in. I leaned over to get it. He pulls his gun like this. And I'm like, now when you're sitting in your car, you're pretty much right at the level. That's one thing I never realized. You see all of these things, but you don't realize how it looks on the other side, on the inside of the car. Where your head is pretty much where their crotch is. So that gun is like right here in your face. You see it. It's there. So I'm sitting over here like, did this Negro just pull his gun? Did he just pull his gun on me? On me? Middle-aged middle-aged black woman on me. And I'm sitting up here like, what did I do? I'm like, I am the most happiest, the most cordial, the most get along, most down-to-earth person until you fuck with me. But other than that, when I'm in my natural element, I am cool. So I stopped. And I'm like, I put my hands back on the steering wheel. And I'm like, I said, I'm so sorry, sir. I was like, did I startle you? I said, I was going to get my driver's license. It's in that blue bag right there. You know, my little blue pouch right there. And he just started screaming, give me your license and registration. And I'm sitting over here like, okay, I've got a problem. This man is not understanding that when I move, he's pulling his gun. And if I don't move, he's yelling at me because I'm not doing what he's asking me to do. But if I do what you're asking me to do, you're pulling your gun. So now I'm in a pickle. So I go into my psychology mode and I'm trying to reason with the man. And I try to explain to him, well, sir, when I went to go get my license, you pulled your gun on me. And I said, I don't want to provoke you. And I said, I don't want, to come off as aggressive. So explain to me how you want me to do this so that we're both safe. And he went livid. Now I've got a gun in my car. I have a gun at my head. And he is saying, license and registration, bitch. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I move over to go get my license. He's going to shoot me. I don't go get my license and registration. He's going to shoot me. Because now I have a gun at my head. And I don't know what to do no more. And it was like, okay, I'm going to use this. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the man, and I'm like, I know I was probably looking like this because that's what I do. I blink and my eyes get like really big. And so I saw from the peripheral, I saw this blue ID hit me on the side, and I wanted to look at it, but I couldn't because I needed to keep my eyeballs on this man. And his whole demeanor changed. And he said, you an Uber driver? And I said, yes, I'm an Uber driver. He looked at me straight in my eyes. He said, next time, put your fucking turn signal on when you make a right-hand turn. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. And he puts his gun back in his holster, and he walks back to his car. And I'm sitting here like, damn, like I'm tripping. Like my emotions was like everywhere because I'm one trying to figure out what in the hell did I just do wrong to deserve all of that. Two, I'm sitting over here like, did this man was getting ready to literally like take my life for a turn for turning? And I'm like, it was like all kind of stuff, like all kind of emotions was just going through. The ladies in the back, she came and she had like put her hand and she's like, I am so sorry. She's like, he has to be new. She's like, we're cops. We saw it all. He was really way wrong. He was way wrong. And I'm like, and I was like, look at God. And that's my whole mentality just went to God. God put those girls in my car. God held me back because that girl did not have her ID, which was the ID that actually saved my goddamn life. Yeah, God. Well, that's my story. Peace, love, and light, y'all.